If you're looking to get AutoTune Pro, but you're just not sure if it's the right plugin for you, you don't know what it does, or you just want to see a little bit more, this is the video for you. Today, I'm just going to show you AutoTune Pro, everything it does, how you can use it, and that way you can make a better decision if you want to get it or not. So let's get right into it. First things first, here's my song with no effects, no AutoTune, just dry vocals.
I don't want to be the one to tell you I don't care. You've been in my arms and in my heart, but I don't want you there. Oh.
And now with.
I don't want to be the one to tell you I don't care. You've been in my arms and in my heart, but I don't want you there. Oh. I'm never gonna give it up to you.
Okay, obviously, way better. Now let's get into AutoTune, and that is this guy right here. The very first most important thing about this plugin is the key and the scale. A lot of people have commented saying, oh, my AutoTune sounds terrible, why can't I get it to sound good? And it's just because they have the key or the scale set wrong, and I'll show you why this is so important. If I turn this to, let's say, C instead of A, this is what it sounds like now.
I don't wanna be the one to tell you I don't care.
Obviously not sounding too good. Now, there's two ways you can find out your key. So the first one being if you get the AutoTune Pro bundle or whatever it's called, it does come with this plugin here called AutoKey, and what AutoKey does is you just play it on your instrumental and then it tells you exactly what the key is and you can send it to the AutoTune. But that is a paid plugin, so if you want to do it the free way, you can just go to a website like tunebat.com and it'll give you the key and the BPM when you drag the instrumental in there. So now that we have our key and scale rate, the next thing is this Retune speed knob. So this is probably the most important knob. Basically what it does is sets the amount of AutoTune you want. So all the way at 400 is off essentially, and then 0 is like that Travis Scott T-Pain sounding robotic effect. Let's check out what that sounds like.
I don't wanna
Bring it
be
up.
the one to tell you I don't care. You've been in my arms and in my heart, but I don't want you there. Oh.
So obviously at 0, it's super robotic sounding, and most people won't go for that unless you're going for, like I said, that Travis Scott T-Pain effect. For me, I find the sweet spot is around 20. There it just sounds like it's not doing too much, but it's still correcting all the notes. That sounds like this.
I don't wanna be the one to tell you I don't care.
Now, I will say, if you're not completely sold on this plugin, or you just want to try it out and you don't want to have to buy it right away, if you go to the link in my description, I do have 2 free weeks of AutoTune Pro for you guys. No commitment, just try it out, see if you like it. If you like it, continue it. If not, you can cancel the trial, and there's no commitment there. Now that we have our Retune speed set, we can go under the Humanize knob here, which simply put, it just adds more realism to the longer sustained notes by actually just decreasing the retune speed on those longer sustained notes, so that way they don't sound overly robotic and it just sounds more human, hence the word humanize. So I like to keep that around 30, 35, somewhere around there. It's all subjective at the end of the day, but that's where I find it sounds the best for me. And the last knob I'm going to talk about here, FlexTune, is actually a very slept on knob that I just think a lot of people don't know what it does, so they just kind of ignore it. But the most simple way I can put this is what it does is it's basically a slider that allows your natural voice to come through the AutoTune. The higher you have it is actually the less amount of AutoTune there is. So you'll see here, I'll turn this down to 0 and I'll turn this down to 100 and it won't even sound like there's AutoTune on the vocal.
I don't
But if
wanna
I turn
be
it up,
the one to tell you I don't care. You've been in my arms.
so what FlexTune really helps with, in my opinion, is making it all just sound good pitch-wise and everything sounding in key, but without sounding overly robotic. I like to keep that around 8, 9, 10, depending on the song. That's pretty much it. This is what it sounds like.
I don't wanna be the one to tell you I don't care.
And then off.
You've been in my arms and in my heart,
On.
but I don't want you there. Oh.
There's not too much of a difference actually between the AutoTune and not the AutoTune, but you can hear it's just putting all those notes in the correct key, hitting the right notes, and making it just overall better to listen to. But if you're going for that Travis Scott effect, you can just crank this up, turn that down, keep this wherever, and it sounds like that.
I don't wanna be the one to tell you I don't care. You've been in my arms and in my heart, but I don't want you there. Oh, I'm never gonna give it up to you. I'm never gonna tell you what's on my mind.
Before I end the video off, I will just say, obviously there is one more knob here, natural vibrato. I've never touched it. I've never needed to touch it. Keeping it at 0 just does nothing, and it just affects with your vibrato. But these are the 3 most important knobs in my opinion. So that about does it for the end of the video. I will just say again, if you guys want to pick up the 2 free weeks of AutoTune Pro, just head down to the link in my description and you can get it there. I hope this video was helpful. I hope you learned something. Feel free to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.